Our fascination with serial killers is a paradox. We are both repulsed and captivated by their heinous acts. These individuals, often shrouded in mystery, represent the darkest aspects of humanity. The calculated brutality, the cold-blooded efficiency, and the chilling lack of remorse tap into our primal fears and morbid curiosity. Their stories, often stranger than fiction, force us to confront the unsettling reality that monsters do exist, hidden in plain sight. Yet it is in these shadows that we can glean valuable insights into the nature of evil and the motivations behind such unspeakable acts. But be warned, dear reader, for the journey ahead is not for the faint of heart. The fog-choked streets of Victorian London provided the backdrop for one of history's most enduring mysteries, Jack the Ripper. His name alone evokes terror and intrigue, a spectre that haunted the Whitechapel district in 1888.
Jack's calling card was his savagery. The victims, all women living in poverty, were subjected to horrific mutilations, their bodies left on public display as if to taunt the authorities.
The press, hungry for any scrap of information, published lurid accounts of the murders, further fueling the public's fear and fascination.
His taunting letters, sent directly to Scotland Yard, mocked their efforts and promised more bloodshed.
Despite a massive manhunt and countless suspects, Jack the Ripper was never caught. His identity remains a mystery, his crimes an unsolved puzzle that continues to captivate and horrify us over a century later. America's own Gilded Age had its monster lurking beneath the veneer of progress. His name was Herman Webster Mudgett, better known by his chilling alias H.H. Holmes. The 1893 Chicago World's Fair, a beacon of innovation and wonder, became his hunting ground, a stage for his unspeakable crimes.
Holmes was a cunning predator. He constructed a labyrinthine hotel, later dubbed the Murder Castle, a macabre testament to his twisted genius. This building, a maze of secret passages, hidden rooms, and soundproof chambers, was designed for one purpose: to trap and kill.
Guests, lured by Holmes's charm and the promise of affordable lodging, checked in, unaware of the horrors that awaited them. Inside the walls of the murder castle, Holmes tortured and killed his victims, often using gas and surgical instruments. His medical knowledge twisted into a grotesque parody.
Though the exact number of his victims remains unknown, estimates range from dozens to over 200. Holmes, a narcissist obsessed with control and manipulation, preyed on the vulnerable, his crimes fueled by greed and a perverse sense of power. His trial and subsequent execution in 1896 marked the end of his reign of terror, but the legend of H.H. Holmes, the Beast of Chicago, continues to haunt the annals of American crime. Decades later, a new terror gripped California. The self-proclaimed Zodiac Killer, a name that sent shivers down the spines of a generation, emerged from the shadows in the late 1960s.
His reign of terror, marked by a series of shootings and cryptic messages, left a trail of blood and fear across the San Francisco Bay Area.
Unlike the shadowy figures of Jack the Ripper and H.H. Holmes, the Zodiac Killer craved notoriety. He taunted police and the public alike, sending coded messages to newspapers, boasting of his crimes and threatening more violence.
These ciphers, a bizarre mix of astrological symbols and cryptic lettering, became his calling card, a chilling puzzle that captivated and terrified the nation.
His motives, shrouded in mystery, seemed to stem from a deep-seated rage and a desire to instill fear. Despite numerous leads and tireless efforts by law enforcement, the Zodiac Killer's identity remains a mystery.
His case, though officially inactive, remains one of the most infamous unsolved serial killer cases in American history. The crimes of Jack the Ripper, H.H. Holmes, the Zodiac, and countless other serial killers have left an indelible mark on society. Their stories, etched in the collective memory, continue to fascinate, horrify, and serve as a stark reminder of the vulnerability of human life.
Their cases, though separated by time and geography, share common threads. They exposed the limitations of law enforcement in the face of such calculated and brutal criminality.
They highlighted the societal factors that can contribute to the creation of such monsters, from poverty and inequality to mental illness and a lack of social support. But perhaps the most significant impact of these cases lies in the evolution of criminal investigation itself. The hunt for these killers, though ultimately unsuccessful in some cases, spurred the development of new forensic techniques, profiling methods, and a greater understanding of the criminal mind.
The study of serial killers, while unsettling, has provided valuable insights into the motivations and behavioral patterns of these predators. By understanding the how and why of their crimes, law enforcement agencies have been able to develop more effective strategies for preventing, investigating, and ultimately stopping these killers before they claim more victims.
The legacy of these infamous killers is a complex one. It is a legacy of fear and fascination, of horror and intrigue. But it is also a legacy of innovation and adaptation, of a society grappling with the darkness within its midst and striving to develop new ways to protect itself from the monsters that walk among us.